Hello everyone, I hope you guys are having a wonderful day and made some really good trades as per usual. Let's get right into it here, and as you guys can probably tell, we're going to start off with the small caps today. Although the small caps was not the biggest mover today, the QQQ was, but overall the IWM had a quite significant down day. If you guys don't know, we actually closed in the red yesterday at 184. We gapped open at the open and rallied almost 1.22%. So from the close yesterday, we actually rallied an entire like almost 2%, trough to peak. After that, we reversed the entire move and sold off essentially basically 2% all the way down. And it ended up closing lower than yesterday. So quite the move today on the IWM. Very volatile index, obviously. But overall, I mean, you guys could probably tell that maybe this move is starting to come to an end here with this impulse. It will really start to know with a break below 184, 183. That will confirm that the move might be over here. We could be starting a potential wave 3 towards the downside. Again, I wouldn't be surprised though if we float here until the end of the year, right? And just go into light volume and just float up and just keep floating sideways until the end of the year, until we start off next year, and then we'll have our major sell-off. But overall, there's no guarantee of that, right? And we always have to keep an open mind to the other possibility that we may even rally even higher than 188 and go to 190. Maybe even we'll go back to 200, right? So again, I don't have guarantees. Nobody does. And this is just what the charts are telling me, and this is what I'm seeing at the moment. Okay, so overall, this looks like wave 5 could have finished today. We'll take a look at market cipher. So market cipher showing us, let's take a look at the futures actually, that we have a red dot now printing on the new daily candle. We are almost back into green money flow. We're barely there on the when the chart we're still in red money flow. So basically back at the zero line, but momentum seems to be dying off here. So this is something to pay attention to. And you have a red dot, 15 and a -3 on the dual band strength index. Let's take a look at the IWM on wave edge. So wave edge actually printing a red cross today on that reversal signal, or sorry, this reversal candle. We actually got a short signal here on the daily time frame. 4 hour, we got a red cross here. But what's important to me, and actually something that's pretty significant that I noticed at the end of the day, is that when we go to the futures, you can see that all the big money was starting to unload at the highs here around 1883 to 1890, so basically 189 on the IWM. So they were starting to sell right around these levels here. So again, we have to pay attention to all the indexes, not just the IWM. Small caps ETF, we got to take a look at the futures as well. So there's always signs here and there. We do have our green cross right now, so maybe we'll keep pumping up. But again, this can very well disappear tomorrow, and we could erase this in an instant because it's not printing on any other chart that I'm seeing here. But overall, very nice little down day on the Russell 2000. Okay, so the count remains the same. We're going to need confirmation and a break below 183 to confirm this move here. Let's take a look at the SPY here. So the SPY, again, gap open and basically a non-stop selling until the close. And it was actually pretty interesting because we were pretty mild chop throughout the day until the end of the day. We actually got some pretty decent selling throughout the day, and most of the volume came near the end of the day, right? So we got a big spike. Obviously, the daily close will always spike, but the volume picked up near the end of the day with the selling. All right, so we'll actually know and we'll confirm the break in the SPY and the top in the SPY once we break and confirm. I think we broke this upsloping channel that we have here. I can draw it for you guys very quickly. So essentially, we broke this channel that we've been essentially trading in, and now that we've broken it, we need a daily close below 453 to confirm that the top is in and that the move towards the downside is going to continue, because the bulls can very well save this, right? The bulls are still in charge, they're still in control, and they can still push this higher, believe it or not. All right. Let's take a look at the daily. So nothing on the daily here. Same thing for the Qs, nothing on the daily. The Qs remain in the same situation as well as the SPY. They did not make a new high today. The high was set in here at 394, and we are falling back below. Or are we falling back below the July high? Let me just take a look here very quickly. So the Qs are actually, yeah, they are falling below the July highs. But again, the important thing is that we actually breached the July highs. We are putting in some consolidation here. A break below 383 would confirm a move, the next leg down in the Qs. So again, this is the bullish count for the SPY. You would just come back down in an ABC, and we'll have to see when that ABC finishes, and then you'll bounce back up in a wave 3 to 4 and a 5, and it's going to be a 5-wave move in the last leg of a larger 5-wave move, and that should finish it up into a a B wave, and then you'll come back down. All right, or this could be a WXI, right? Because it's essentially it has to be a B wave. So this could be a WXY. All right, let's take a look here at the S&P 500 index. So again, this is our bearish count here. What we would need here is essentially the same thing. A daily close below 45, 43, and then you'll get your confirmation that then the next leg down could be coming here, and that could very well come as we actually had a pretty decent down day today. But we'll have more news throughout the week because non-farm payrolls are coming on Friday, and we have unemployment numbers coming out as well. So yeah, that's basically it. Nothing much to add. Market's chopping sideways. Let's take a look at some individual names here. So I actually did StarBUX yesterday, but I did not do the count today. I did the count, and I even did the count on the larger time frame. So right now it looks like it's a very big count here, but StarBUX is essentially, this is the super, I believe this is the super cycle count, and right now you're just coming back down in an ABC in a larger, significantly larger wave 4. This could end I'm not going to try and predict when this is going to end, because this, it could take months to end. And this is a wave 4 on a super cycle time frame. So this could take a very long time to end, months if needed. And right now, StarBUX is essentially, I think, in wave 1 here. It could be finished. As you guys can probably tell, it's getting a nice little bounce today. We'll know that once we get above, essentially, I would say 97, 98. Once you start to clear those levels, you should be in wave 2. And I do have a target for wave 2 right around 102.45. So that should be your next resistance here for wave 2. And it's essentially between the wave, it's been between wave 1 and wave 2. So, between the high of the wave 1 and the wave 2, so that's essentially the middle, right? So you should start to finish up right around there. And anyways, let's move on, and we'll take a look here at. Let me finish up a little bit more on StarBUX. So yeah, StarBUX. If this is the count, and you start to come back down, and you finish up right around 102, then you really don't want to get caught in the final leg down, because your wave 3 of 3 is going to be pretty violent, and usually those are like the dump waves, and they could be very impulsive, as shown. I think we did Trade Desk, TTD. The Trade Desk, they had a very big impulse down, but it didn't end up finishing in a 1 2 3. It's just delaying it in a 1 2 1 2. So this could actually be the new count like this, right? So this is the one for now, right? 1 2, and you're just constantly doing 1 2s until it finishes up, right? So you're just doing 1s, 2, right? And then the 1 and a 2, right? So you're just going to continue to do that until you finish up. And I'll probably label this a little bit better. Put a 1 here. Okay. 1, this here, that there. There we go. So you're 1, and then you have a 2 up here. 2. There you go. So you got your 1 2 1 2 1 2 set up, and you're going to be coming back down in a wave 3. So they're just essentially delaying the wave 3. So the wave 3 will come, and it's going to be pretty dramatic sell-off if that starts to happen. Let's take a look at PayPal. So PayPal actually broke the high today. It did take out this level that I have drawn out, this previous pivot. It made a higher pivot, and it tried to extend the wave 5. Could it be finished? Yeah, it could technically be finished, but I would like to see it push just a little bit higher into the 61 area, but it doesn't have to necessarily do that. This was a little bit of a complex correction here, kind of like an ABC, right? So an ABC correction with an overshooting B wave back into a C wave. And right now, maybe you'll just come back up into a wave 5. And you actually technically could be still in the wave 4. It would just be a much more complex correction. It should do a triangle, but I don't really see that right now. So overall, I think you should be finishing up pretty soon, and then you'll come back down in your final wave 5. Let's take a look here at ROKU. So ROKU actually had a pretty nice down day today, down 2.5%. So right now, I think it should be pretty much finished. It should be coming back down in an A wave, which is a 1-2 pattern. So it's just taking some time. It's gonna be a while. I mean, the sell-off could happen at any moment, really, and then you'll come back down. Right, so this is your minor account there. After that, we can take a look at Apple. So Apple, again, a nice little pop today, I believe, as well. Opened higher and then just selling it back off into the sell area. But overall, Apple should be finished anytime now and then coming back lower. And I actually like how it made a little bit of a higher high, because now we actually have a little bit of a better count. Because before I couldn't really make an ABC, but now that we're doing this, I can make it a little bit better of an ABC pattern. Okay. All right. So that's essentially it. I don't really have much to add other than the fact that oil is selling off dramatically. So if you guys have been following my analysis on oil, oil is right now in its final leg of wave 5, and again, this could be the leg that finishes it, and also maybe starts to signal the market that not everything is so bullish, right? Because if this is wave 1, which is oversold right now, so you should be getting a bounce in oil, and then you'll come back down, right? You'll make significant lower lows. The yields were selling off dramatically today once again, but the markets were not rallying, right? And again, if you have yields coming down, right, and oil coming down, that does not signal, growth in the economy. And then you have all the negative numbers, right? So the market was thinking, it probably still is thinking that this is going to be a soft landing, and then the Federal Reserve is a genius, and they were able to orchestrate the soft landing. But the soft landing is, in my opinion, pure delusion. I don't think that's going to happen at all. I think we're going to have a hard landing next year, early on, maybe Q1, Q2, right? And then they're going to have to turn on the money printer again, and they're going to have to drop rates significantly, unless inflation turns back up, which would be a very big problem, right? I don't think anyone's anticipating inflation turning back up, but if it does, then they would have to take rates even higher and keep them higher. And then the market may have a freak out mode because, they've been expecting rate cuts, not rate hikes, right? And the market can't handle any more rate hikes. I keep hearing people, the market can handle it. The market can handle it. The market can handle it, yes, until it doesn't, right? And then until it doesn't, then, there's going to be like nothing left to support the market. And after that, it's just, who knows? All hell might break loose, right? Because the rates are going to be too high for too much of a long period. It's got too much pressure on housing and all these other factors in the economy. A big down day in oil caused a big down day in natural gas today, but again, overall, natural gas is still very bullish. But right now, we are in a bit of a downtrend. It's a long-term play. So again, don't be surprised if you have overshooting. When the overshoots are levels by like a couple percentage points and it shoots back up. I wouldn't be surprised to see that at all in natural gas, but who knows? Who knows? Yeah, so that's basically it. That covers it. Not much to add. We take a look at the SPY on the daily. You're back in green money flow here, but you are losing a lot of momentum. You need to keep the momentum up for this market to keep going higher, right? And you need the Mag 7 to go higher. But right now the Mag 7 are taking a bit of a breather after this 2-3 week rally. Anyways, hopefully you guys enjoyed this video, and I'll catch you guys on tomorrow's one. Peace.